Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Khorasan, the Caliph, and the Corruptor. In today's episode, we want to discuss the Dajjal, the corruptor of clays, and his impact and influence and visible elements and aspects within today's modern context. So, most people who are studying eschatology are aware of satanic symbolism and symbology that's threaded through worldwide media. You know, whether we're talking print media, we're talking cinema, movies, television, music, various aspects of entertainment. And many videos have been compiled showing people utilizing various signs and symbols. Covering one eye, throwing up the El Diablo, the Texas Longhorn sign with two fingers extended and then the two middle fingers down, held by the thumb. I'm not going to go ahead and show this because it's a curse symbol, and it's also a gang sign. Like, it seems that many different satanic and occultic brotherhoods and sisterhoods are utilizing these symbols, and have been for many centuries, as a way to let one another know that they're on the same team, what their agenda is. And many people, they throw this symbol up inadvertently, accidentally. It's the rock on symbol, from rock and roll, a lot of heavy metal people. So, some people do it ironically, though. If something is cool, they'll throw up this devil symbol, the devil's horns in the air, and then rock it with their hands, headbang a little bit, just as a little indicator that something's cool, something's cutting edge, something's edgy. And it's used within religious symbolism. Like, you'll see it within various tantric art from the Hindus and the Buddhists in the Himalayan region. That has a different meaning than what you see within Western occultic circles. It doesn't mean that there aren't connections and mutual influences, perhaps. I'm not aware of these things. If you happen to know the links between Eastern and Western expressions of these devil horns, of the El Diablo, then please put that into the comments. What I wanted to say is that, it's well known, the various occultic signs and symbols that show up from celebrities, from politicians, from religious leaders all around the world, and it's becoming very well documented. You can see many videos online showing high-ranking people within various religious traditions throwing up these signs into the air. So it's not just celebrities. It's world leaders in various areas, in industry, throwing up the pyramid sign over one eye, and various occultic signs and symbols. Now, sometimes we could accidentally fall into using a symbol because we've picked it up subconsciously and didn't realize that we were doing it. Maybe we were influenced by somebody, or perhaps it'll just happen accidentally while we're talking, that we fall into a certain pose or posture. Now, it'd be very strange to be regularly covering up one eye. It would be very strange to regularly put one hand into the button area, like symbolizing the hidden hand. These are very unusual poses and postures that have deep symbolic meaning and occultic meaning, and have value to the brotherhoods and sisterhood networks. But what I wanted to say is that it's interesting. I haven't seen any full compilations showing what's going on in the Muslim world, because in the Muslim world, I see this all the time. If I watch lectures from shuyukh and ulama, from the Sunni, from the Shia, from the Sufi, from political and religious leaders, I'm seeing these symbols pop up non-stop, some of them repeatedly. If it happened once in a blue moon, then that would be one thing and we could write it off as accidental. But I think this indicates that that many of these people are part of various international brotherhood and sisterhood occultic networks, whether we're talking about various Masonic groups, the Grand Orient, and others that are similar to this, such as the Scottish Rite and York Rite of Freemasonry, and then various orders that are less known, that are associated with various religious bodies. Now, I know that there are also brotherhoods and sisterhoods within the Islamic world that are very ancient, that also have occultic leanings. Some have hidden under the under the smokescreen of being Sufi movements. Others have been within various Shia expressions, some symbolist movements. So I'm not saying that all of these people are worshiping devils or that they are part of occultic networks. Occultic just means hidden as well. So some things are hidden, and so you've got secret brotherhoods and sisterhoods that they don't share everything, and they're very wary of who they let into their inner ranks to teach various arts and sciences that are not for public consumption. So it's sophisticated, it's complex, but it would be interesting if brothers and sisters, if some of you are aware of these videos, if you could put compilations together so that people could see that this, let's look for the patterns and the trends, because for instance, Klaus Schwab, not long ago, he was very public that he's got political and religious leaders in his pocket. The WEF, they've got a lot of religious leaders working with them, and we can see Sadhgurus involved. We can see a number of leaders. Now, just because somebody attends a Davos meeting or one of these international events does not make them a Satanist or a secret Luciferian. It doesn't make them a Freemason, but it does put them into a bad association. And it's unhealthy for the Ummah to be associated with people who are engaged in various forms of destabilizing humanity, and our various frameworks for stability. So I think it would be very interesting if we could have some compilations so that we could start to note patterns, because if it is very regular, and also what's interesting is many of those that I've seen do this, because I've seen a lot of people in the eschatology community doing this, and I don't even know that they realize they're doing. A lot of big leaders within the Muslim world are regularly throwing up these signs. And so I'm not sure if they are aware that they are doing it. It could be, but look for the patterns and note it. And then also, what I've noticed is that many of them are doing a lot of takfir. They're doing many things that are very divisive and fitna oriented within the Ummah. If they are pointing fingers and they're trying to get people hurt or killed by calling them apostates, blasphemers, treasonous, whatever, but then you're seeing that they are nonstop throwing up these occultic hand signs and various symbols and symbologies and code words within their lectures, within their speeches, within their khutbahs. Note this and pay close attention, because those are dangers to the community, and we need to protect ourselves against such devilry and such fitna, because the Ummah has been heavily infiltrated, as has all of humanity. So please pay attention to these things. Take note of the hand signs that people are utilizing. And we need to think more in terms of transcending history and historicity, and transcending sects and sectarianism, and focus more on the human group and what does Islam teach about humanity as an Adamic unified species. So let's go ahead and consider these factors, and be safe, everybody, and be aware of your surroundings, and pay close attention to how you are moving your hands, what kind of things that you are doing when you're talking, because we don't want to accidentally be falling into spell work and various magical things that we've learned from cartoons, from movies, etc. So until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.